survivor. Well, by now you have seen the announcement. Joan London, she's on People magazine. She wrote a letter on her own website sharing intimate news about the breast cancer she's battling right now. And in that letter, she talks about getting a mammogram, that it came back clear. But Joan, like half the women in this country, have something called dense breast tissue. So she got an ultrasound too, and that's where doctors saw a tumor. Tonight, as we keep an eye on cancer, we are taking a closer look at mammograms and women who maybe should consider going beyond that normal mammogram. The problem with dense breasts is that they are extremely difficult to see abnormalities on a normal mammogram, and it's common. About 50% of women have them. The alternative is often ultrasounds or breast MRIs. In fact, by law in the state of Indiana, doctors have to notify patients if they have dense breast tissue because they may need additional testing.
They're not screening tests for the general population. They're looked at for a certain proportion of women, and that's a high-risk patient, particularly a woman who's at a higher risk for breast cancer because of family history or a personal history or a genetic abnormality. But then what do you do when you start finding abnormalities on those tests? You know, we're looking for certain things on those tests to decide should we biopsy something or not.
But women often go through more biopsies that turn out to be nothing, which is ultimately good to not be cancer, but it's a lot to go through. And for doctors, the question remains whether it's saving lives. I sat down with a patient at the Retreat Women's Health Center at IU Health Goshen. She, like Joan London, had a clear mammogram, but an ultrasound found her cancer.
You just hear the cancer word, you know, it's like, oh my God, you know, I'm gonna die, you know, it's what your first think. Thank God I did, you know, that I ordered that ultrasound, because if I wouldn't have, who knows where I would be 6 months down the road or a year from now. I could have been at stage 4.
Luckily, she was not stage 4. Brenda caught hers very early. Her cancer was stage 1. She went through radiation and she's doing great, but you know, if you do have to go through all those tests, you have to be ready for what you might find.
But at the very least, though, it's information.
It's information, and you have to be ready for it. You and your doctor can sit down, and you have to know what to do next.